let's get stuck into it.
And wow, Lijiang Tower, we're onto a control point map. This is something we've seen quite a lot. In fact, the action has already begun.
Yeah, really just coming out hot. No one down just yet, but both teams really trying to establish themselves in this opening skirmish. And no one too low, but both teams slowly creeping towards it. Does seem like Machi have a bit of an advantage set up on it. Yeah, now they're getting the picks to follow it up. Night Owl soon to be out of that mech, and he is indeed now going to be going down and out for the count. And that's a pretty solid opener from the younglings.
And Machi, they picked it off straight off the top of the fight with Ray moving in straight away, picking up the kill on the Zenyatta on the enemy team, taking out Kira, just allow them to snowball into it. You can actually see both teams mirroring the compositions, going very, very heavy dive. It's very important to start taking out those divers as soon as you can.
Yeah, No Talk just respawned as well, so should be able to come to this fight in just a moment. Oh, quick pick onto Telu. That's a... Sorry, Ilu, that is a very nice start for them, and now picking it up with Kira as well. Again, just Machi, they've already got the picks off the side on the flanks as the rest of this fight breaks out. Nice pulse bomb for Rai just to kind of force the hand of SunSister there, and they're just going to have to go into full retreat here. Yeah, good moves. Just going to get right off this one, go for a full team respawn so that they can come back into full strength.
SunSister stayed in that fight just a little bit too long, wasting valuable time. This point is ticking forwards. Machi is marching towards their victory right here. SunSister needs to use every second they have available to them to regroup and get ready for the next fight.
Yeah, they do actually have almost an ultimate advantage coming into this if they can get a good pick with that pulse bomb especially, but Odinkun already getting on top at this point, trying to make something happen, but has yet to pull out his Dragon Blade, whereas Nuns is already getting some mileage with his, taking out Elo off to the side there. Nothing else just yet, and Odinkun does still have his, but no, without a team to back him up, he's just going to bide his time, and good patience actually out of SunSister to take these ones on the chin and keep that ultimate advantage.
This is the way that they're going to take the point back, is they need to just take cautious fights and then move in with an ultimate advantage. Like you said, they've saved them all up, they've banked them all up. They still need the Transcendence and the Sound Barrier, but still, that's a 4-man ultimate ready to go.
Yeah, and they should have that Transcendence in just a moment. Oh, but not enough time to save Odinkun, and actually now Kira goes down as well. This is just great play out of Machi. They're really forcing the issue here, using a very small number of ultimates as well. Ultimate being popped on the point here by Zetman. That's quite a cheeky one. He's just going to try and hold it down and maybe even get a cap, but they need to get a few picks and then need to get the respawns in if they want to keep this fight going. They're going to try and keep it up though, and they're actually able to take Restia down. That's a pretty solid one there. The self-destruct on the point is going to do a bit of work, taking out Night Owl, but it's probably not quite enough just to secure this one just yet. SunSister's still trying to keep it alive on the point. They've actually got the members here now. Zedman able to keep it alive for just long enough. By himself, the Transcendence on as well is looking to secure it for them, forcing Nonez right off to the side, and now actually SunSister finally are going to swing back.
They've swung back, they've taken the point, but what have they paid to get it? They don't have any ultimates ready in the bank. The closest they've got is the Dragon Blade to move in. Machi, they have enough to go with. They've got a Dragon Blade. They can get in there, take out the backline, take out that Zenyatta and the Lucio. And Nonez is definitely the guy to do it. They got Transcendence to fall back on, and here it goes.
Yeah, very early one though, purely because they got Dovers they were setting up for the point, but that is Kiyomi trying to move his team towards it. Needs to be careful not to lose any members, but he's just going to lose himself, and No Talk goes down as well. This was the crucial fight for SunSister, and they've managed to hold it out. Now they're going to have a few more ultimates in the back pocket as they come into the next one, and all they need to do here is pick off DCR1. They're looking pretty solid now.
SunSister, like you said, most important fight. They're actually managing to hold the point and save ultimates for it, but they're losing members here.
Yeah, that was a very greedy pulse bomb. It didn't actually get anything, and now Zedman is going to be forced to ult just to keep this point alive. Going to be able to get a few bumps off this point, but he's going to go down with Rai on his backside there. Machi Esports just kind of forced a few too many ultimates out of SunSister, and now they're looking to get really well established back on this point. Night Owl going down is really the last big point of contention here, and SunSister aren't going to be able to muster a full squad to keep this fight going. It's just going to be trickling in. Machi are well established here. They're about to get a couple more ultimates as well. They don't even need them.
Odenkin was really their last hope in that fight with the Dragon Blade. He got taken out after a single kill, which meant Machi have stabilized. They've got the cap on 99%. Overtime is shortly just going to trickle away as the last few members dive in and just try and contest against Machi.
Yeah, they're going to have a Transcendence as well here just to keep it secured. Nonez, he's not even going to waste time. Go straight out with the Dragon Blade. Night Owl out of the mech already to that one. Now he's going to chase down the Diva herself. Only getting a little bit with that, but he kind of forced the positioning. SunSister dusted a few too many ults at one unfortunately crucial time. And, well, that's that for the first part of Lijiang.
That was a lot of action. There was a lot of fighting there. Machi, the fact that they won the first team fight definitely set them on the right foot. And I feel like moving into the next matches of Lijiang Tower is going to be just as important, right? Winning that first fight just gets you in such a good position. It gets you ult advantage, it gets the cap starting on the point. That percentage starts ticking up. So the fact is, you need to win that first fight, and if they run similar compositions again, then they need to be watching for those traces. Those traces are the ones that are going to get those kills first. You need to keep them on lockdown.
Yeah, and I have to say, Machi really showed a lot of strength there in how they positioned. I feel like that was where they really had one up on SunSister. So that's something that they're just going to be able to carry on through to any given control map, really. So they should be in pretty good stead, rather, as they come out swinging on this one as well. Again, very similar team comps. We've got 2 sets of Pharmacy. Oh, knocks Odenkun out of the air here as well, dead on the bridge. And once again, Machi, very strong opening skirmish, great positioning to boot. They're going to set themselves up on this one in a few seconds.
And right, that's such incredible fire play up in the sky. Not only does he get the air shots to take out his counterpart in Odenkun, but he also hits a lot of body shots on the ground. And with no one to contest him, no one's there to take him out of the sky, it's such an easy cap for Machi after that, that now they're the ones in that great position. They've got that Pharmacy combo set right up. Rai will have his ultimate quite quickly, and especially once No Talk gets towards that res, that makes it very difficult for SunSister to move in and cap the point.
Yeah, the one thing that SunSister do have, though, is Kira's res is a little bit closer, but if they lose Mollis here, that's not going to mean much. Elu actually going down as well, and again, just keeping the skies on lockdown here is right. Mollis finally trades one back, but it's not really going to be enough. He's kind of left without a team, and again, Machi set up, didn't even need to use ultimates for that. So again, they're going to hold this with advantage coming into the next fight.
Rai is, like we said, keeping the skies on lockdown, but it's also Yomi on the ground, moving around, taking out targets, along with Nonez as well. That triple DPS lineup is really putting a lot of pressure onto SunSister. They can't keep their eyes on both the sky and the ground. Now the point, it's only at 40%, right? But with No Talk at his ultimate, it's such a difficult fight for SunSister to take, especially without your Pharah.
Yeah, Odenkun already down is not how you want to start, and Rai still with an ultimate. They've taken out Kira 44 as well, so that's going to take the win right out of the sails for SunSister here. Nonez with the Dragon Blade just to secure it, and Machi are looking really in control here.
I feel like perhaps that Dragon Blade was a little bit greedy, maybe a little bit unnecessary, seeing as they already had won the fight. But again, they still are sitting pretty nice with their ultimates. No Talk again with that really important Resurrect. He's constantly in the skies. And with Rai shooting any competition away from that, then No Talk is going to be completely safe out there. Look, here it comes again.
Oh, wow, and again, Odenkun out of the skies straight away. That is incredible. He's not quite going to catch Kira before Kira goes onto the point. He's trying to get a res in as Mollis is trying to do what he can to clean up. He's only got one though, and now the Dragon Blade gets resheathed. Zetman finding one on the side though means SunSister might be able to set themselves up handily on this one. No Talk actually threw out his raise to some effects there. They might be able to get some mileage back in. Yeah, Rai back on the point here is enough. That was just a few key picks, and my goodness, Rai with the skies on lockdown and perfect balancing out of No Talk, his partner in this partner in the air there, the Panadol pair up in the air, as we like to say. Just from start to finish, Machi had their number.
That was a completely different story to map 1.
Oh,
I don't expect SunSister to take this one just yet.
Not with that many people dead and no res available there. Unless SunSister pull out something absolutely absurd here. Yeah, overtime nearly done for. And in any case, that is now Machi 2-0 up in this one. Even more dominant than the last one.
And that was all on Rai. Not all on Rai, but a very key part of it. When you kill the enemy Pharah out of the sky at the start of every single fight, that's a really key part in keeping the points safe.
Oh, and like I said, I did mention it briefly, but props to the Mercy in the pocket there as well. If you were watching that, because we did get a good long time on Rai there, which was really, really great, because you can also see what the Mercy is doing. And the Mercy was balancing the power boost as much as possible, trying to maximize that really, and was very, very careful to only swap over healing when absolutely necessary, because honestly, the more damage boosted rockets you fire, the better your Pharah is going to do. It's that simple. They had an advantage and they leveraged it for all it was worth, and it was enough to honestly fully just pull that one out.
And one other thing as well, the fact that you're taking out the Pharah at the start of the fight gives Mercy no escape as well. So it's essentially killing 2 people at the start of every single fight. But here we are into Control Center.
Yeah, this is going to be the last one for Machi if they can get themselves set up once again. This time Rai on the Tracer, as he was the first time around already, looking to kind of force SunSister back into an uncomfortable position. The dive goes in for the opening skirmish. DCR1 kind of a little bit caught off here, but now he's got a bit more backup from the team as they kettle off SunSister, forcing them back as they pick Zetman. It's a nice way to start it off, and Kira going down. This is now going to be a rout and surely a cap.
SunSister have picked a very different composition, very tank heavy, a lot of hit points to go on. They do still have a Denkin in trying to dive onto the enemy team, but it's not a mobile team by any means. You've got the 3 tanks that have 0 mobility essentially, and already they're starting to swap off it because Machi are just able to dance around them. They've got a Genji, they've got a Tracer. How are you ever going to hit those targets unless you get a gigantic magical hook onto them? So now they're starting to swap things up, and the Night Owl on McCree to shut down those flankers.
Yeah, along with the Roadhog as well. So like you said, the mobility was giving Machi a good leg up, but SunSister going to try and remove that advantage for Machi. They're going to go charging in once again. Nice flashbang there. Night Owl keeping himself safe, but already again losing Zetman with no trade back just yet. Losing that Reinhardt. They do get a little bit. They got no talk out of the mech, but honestly, they've lost too many members here. Healer's down. Odin on the full retreat. Going to go down on that one as well.
The biggest thing there was the fact that Night Owl forced to use his flashbang onto the Winston instead of something like a Tracer or a Genji. So Rai and Nunez could go nuts in the backline, and that is where the pieces started falling down for SunSister. And again, their low mobility tank lineup could not keep up with the mobility. So now they've swapped onto Tracer.
Yeah, they've got a Nanoblade combo this time around, and you know, we're gonna have to see if they can get the ult economy kick started here. Maybe need to provide a bit of a stimulus package because they've struggled to kind of get a foot in the door here. In fact, a foothold on the property ladder, if you will, to keep the economics going. And that's going to be the Transcendence already out of Kiyomi. Maybe a little bit early because there's still a lot of time left in this fight, but not when Mollis and Zetman are already dead. Kira as well, which means they're not going to be able to commit enough on top of that Nanoblade. Odin did find one, but that was not enough at all. Gets picked in return, and now Machi just holding on to this once again on lockdown. It was a very early ult, but they still somehow just nailed SunSister.
Odokin's Nanoblade came out far too late during that team fight, and that was entirely because Kiyomi threw out the Transcendence. He knew he wasn't able to get enough kills early on, so now they've only got one more fight to go.
That's a good way to start it off, actually, with the explosion, the self-destruct to try and force the hand. They either had to gun for the point or hold back. They can't hold back, so they're gunning for the point, but they're so stretched thin that Night Owl, one man alone, can't do this himself. He's going to try and get Kiyomi up, but the Winston shield to save him. He's going to try and dance around this one for as long as possible, but he's not going to get it. Gets picked out by the Winston. Nice work by Machi, start to finish, from strength to